Yeah, what's going on, everyone? I hope everyone's doing all right out there. I'm going to be doing a video on the Taoist way and nihilism. Taoist is spelled Taoist, and nihilism is Nihilism. And I'm just going to be giving you what I think about all this. I believe that life is meaningless. When it's all said and done, I believe that life is meaningless. That's the only thing I do believe, is that it's meaningless and it comes to an end sooner or later. And they call it something like optimistic nihilism. I don't go by these fancy terms, but while I'm here, I want the best for my life like anyone wants the best for their lives. You know what I mean? I'm no different. I'm a human being, but my whole life I have been chasing this something that I didn't even know what it was. Like I was chasing the wind, so to speak. And I was trying to prove to people that I was this something, and I had some ultimate agenda and goal that I wanted to strive to get to, and I would get there, and there would be this alrighty then moment. You know what I mean? And it's like after 34 years, it took me 34 years of living to get to the point to where I said, you know what? This is absolutely meaningless. There's no reason for any of this. It's all going to end. Your brand new car is going to be brand new for a little while, then it's going to get older and older and older. Sooner or later it'll break down, it'll go to shit. Just like the seasons, they come and they go, they come and they go. When one goes, the other one's there, but then the other one is approaching constantly. It never really ends. It's like, okay, it's summer now. Then one day into the summer, sooner or later, it's going to be fall again, So I realize that I'm going to die, but I'm not, see, this is why I like nihilism and the Taoist way, because I'm not trying no more to be nothing that I don't want to be, and this is a great thing. I'm not even going to say I think it's a great thing, because I know it's a great thing. If you let go of everything and you stop worrying about everybody else and everything, and I have to accomplish this and do this for these people and do that for these people, you will let go of that pride and that ego in you. And I'm not saying that I feel great all the time. I'm not saying that. But now that I have let go of so many things in my life, I can breathe a little better. There was like a couple months ago, years ago, I could not even breathe. I couldn't even catch my breath because I was so worried about life, and I was so worried about society and everything going on. And I still do videos about society and how messed up it is, and how chaotic it is. And it's craziness when I sit here and think about it. And to think that there are people out here that are falling for this something that you're chasing, and it's not even there. It's not even there. And I know so many people will not understand this because they have not put in the time to do research for themselves. And then they just, they blast off at the mouth about all this stuff that they have no idea about, and they assume that they know things that they don't. And this is for the people that don't do research on things and don't find out things for themselves. But anyway, this is what it has brought me to. Learning about history and learning about wars and famine and pestilence and wives cheating on husbands and husbands cheating on wives and affairs and people, horribly dying. I'm not saying that's a great thing, because it's not. I don't wish death upon anybody, but we all die. But the ills of life, it has shown me that it is absolutely pointless and meaningless. There's just no meaning at all. And see, that is the greatness of it. See, a lot of people, they say, oh, that's horrible. If I don't have meaning and I'm not trying every day and I'm not trying to succeed, then that's horrible. Then I'm going to be depressed and I'm going to be sitting around and all this. And it is the exact opposite. It frees you from all of these worldly nonsense things that we have got pounded in our brains since we came into this world. What you do for yourself is not what others will do. Each person has their own life and makes their own decisions. This is about me like it's about you. It is about each individual person. There is no we in this thing. There will never be a we that is in accordance with itself. You understand? There will never be, you will never do what I like to do. You will never say the things that I say. That is special in and of itself, even though it's meaningless in the end. But the time being, while I'm alive and you're alive, we can make these things, we can have some kind of peace, Not saying that there is an ultimate peace, because I don't know what that is. I have thoughts in my mind that I sit here and go, why am I thinking this stupid thought? Why am I thinking about this? It means nothing. Like earlier, I'm making phone calls up here. I'm trying to get my hepatitis C treated. I had this since 2005. I'm tired of living with it. I'm tired of feeling, ill. I'm tired of going through the things I go through. And then I call an eye doctor. And here, the eye doctor, they won't prescribe glasses if I need them, but they will cover with the insurance if I need something done, if I have cataracts or something in my eyes, because I've been having a lot of eye problems lately. My eyes have been hurting a lot. I have been seeing bright lights and all kinds of crazy stuff. But anyway, not that it matters, but anyway, these places, they make you fearful because they cover one thing but not another thing. It's the contradiction of life and the contradiction of the healthcare system. They do one thing but not the next. Then you never know. Then I never know if I'm going to get treated right. And then this Hep C specialist, it's a Hep C doctor, not a specialist. They call themselves specialists, but I'm going there on Thursday to get, try to get this medication to get rid of it. I can get rid of it completely and not live with it no more. It's been 16 years since I first been diagnosed with it. But anyway, I've been to this place before and I got denied the medication for some reason, and it really had me bitter and upset. But you know what? When I sit here and think about it, it's meaningless. It doesn't matter. If I get better, I get better. If I don't, I don't. But one day I'm going to get older and I'm going to get, weak and fragile and not be like I was when I was younger, and I'm going to die. I'm not going to be here no more. And that is a comforting feeling to me. I don't know about other people. No, I don't want to die. I'm scared to die. I'm scared to death to die. I can't lie to you. And real quick, you got these religious people and these Christians and other people say, oh, if you're scared to die, then that means you're not right with God. What kind of bullcrap is that? If you're not scared to die, then you have something in your brain where your brain's blocking out you being scared. But I know everybody's scared to die. Everybody's scared of something. But yet again, it doesn't matter. And see, that's the more that I say, I urge you to say this to yourself. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. See this? I just can't believe how bitter and angry I got when I cared about everything. And I constantly was working my way to something that I was going for, and it was never there in the first place. I was chasing the wind in the first place. And this is why I can smile genuinely. I genuinely smiled. I don't want to throw my smile in your face. I don't want to do that. But I can genuinely laugh and say, you know what? It doesn't matter. And it almost makes me cry with joy because it doesn't matter. I don't have to try no more. And if you're someone that is watching me for the first time, my name is Nathan. It's nice to meet any of you watching. Not that I'm meeting you in person, but thank you for watching. A lot of my older videos, I even had a video where I said this. I was very nervous and I was kind of putting on the strong man persona, like I can do this. I wasn't being fake, but I was holding on to that, I gotta say this thing this way. And I don't edit my videos. I just talk and I just say what I say. And that is so beautiful in and of itself, is that I don't have to. I'm not saying this is bad for anyone that does it. I'm not saying that. If you edit your videos and you do that, that's what you do. But it's so great when you don't have to do that. You don't have to go and edit something out you said because you think others will think that that is not what they wanted to hear or something else. It's just ridiculous. People say what people say. And that's the beauty in speech and expression and talking. This is for anybody that you are bitter in your life, because I know what it is to be bitter. I still get bitter with some things. But if you are bitter and you are having a bunch of problems and you're trying to succeed and fulfill all this stuff, I'm telling you, do more research into nihilism and Taoist, Taoist, and do more research into people that are not trying so hard. Watch George Carlin videos. Watch Seth Andrews. Watch Matt Dillahunty. Watch Jacque Fresco, Jacque Fresco, Fresco. Watch these men, and I don't know of too many women, but if any of you do know of any women that are on this subject, let me know. I'm not discriminating on women because I couldn't think of any women. But I know there's a lot of them out there, and this is what I am seeking in my life. I'm not trying, though. You see, there's a difference between just being and seeking something that you're after and trying to do something and trying to be something. There's a difference. I just wrote a poem up in my room where I said, if you are doing what you like to do or love to do, quote, love to do, you're not trying. You're just doing what you like to do because you do it and it's natural. But when you're trying to do something that you don't like or love to do, you're trying. When you're doing something that you don't like or love to do, you're trying to do that thing. And then that puts a burden on you and it creates chaos and tension and all these other things. And let me tell you something. I feel so much more relaxed now. I am one of these guys that my shoulders and my neck and my back get so tensed up from, just, I don't want to call it worry. I just want to call it life, from life. And when I do this, when I admit that I make mistakes and I fail and I am not perfect, and just let go of things, it puts me at rest so much more than when I am trying to get better and I am trying to succeed and I am trying to be something for other people. I'm not trying right now at all to be nothing for you, and you do not need to do the same with me. I don't want you to try. I don't want you to try to show me that you are this or that. I just want you to be. If you write, you write. If you draw, you draw. If you make music, you make music. If you're a construction worker, you do construction work. But do you like doing these things? Or are you doing them for a living, but you hate doing them? And I understand you have to make a living. I understand that. But this is not about that. This is about, with your free time and with your time as a human, are you doing things that you do not like to do? I mean, if you are, why? Why are you doing things that you don't like? And why are you trying to put on for other people? It makes absolutely no sense. Like, this thing, I can't figure out what everybody's chasing. I don't know if they're chasing a dream. I don't know. George Carlin has a saying. He says, it's called the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. So that's in this life. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter again. And see, when I say that it doesn't matter, I can get my thoughts together better for what I'm going to say next. If I sit here and try to think of something to tell you, I will stutter it with my words. I won't know what to say. I won't know how to act, because I'm putting on for somebody. I'm not just being me. And this is one of the reasons I think men like me cannot get a woman in my life, a woman friend, like somebody that I can call, go out to eat with, and do simple life things, and, maybe have sex, enjoy ourselves, because they are trying to live up to this standard of the world. And I don't want a woman like that. I don't want women friends like that. And I don't want men friends like that. I don't need people like that in my life, that you're worrying about what everybody else is doing, and you're trying so hard for things. And why? Here's how I feel. Why are we trying so hard? I understand people that need to make money in this society so you can pay rent and stuff. You know, props to you. I understand that that's what you have to do. But is there something else that you can do to make a living for yourself besides doing the thing that you don't like to make a living? So I can go on and on and on with this because, you know, there is no end result to any of this. You know, life is like a road. You go down the road, there's bumps, there's holes, you know, there's places in the pavement that are not right. You know, that's what life is. It's a constant road. There is no end result to anything. You can work out for years and years and years, and there's people that are not satisfied. They will work out, they will be cut, they will be looking nice, they'll have a nice body, and they're not satisfied because they're chasing that thing. They're chasing that something that's not even there. It's all, they're reflecting on themselves. And I don't know if that's what they do to stay healthy. That's what they do. I'm not judging them, but I know for me, whatever I do is enough. I'm not going to try to do any more than what I can do or say any more than what I really say. I won't do that no more. And if there is any such thing as hope, which I don't believe in, I don't go for at all, because hope is an expectation. You have to go get what you want if you want it, but you have to want that thing. You don't want to try to want to get that thing. You see, if it's not natural, then it's not natural. If it's not natural, it's unnatural, and everything contradicts itself. You know, that's what's so great about these things, is that there is so many things in the contradictions of life. And, you know, I get a little bit excited talking about it. And, you know, I'm kind of like breathing a little heavy right now, and I'm going to calm down because this excites me, because there's so many things in these contradictions that, you know, you can express yourself with through art, you know, through drawing, through writing, through making music, through poetry, through comedy, through movies, through anything, film. There's so many things you can do. Out of, I think there's 7 arts. I think the 7 arts, there's 7 of them. But out of those 7, you can turn those 7 into millions of different things. See, it's like 5 and 2 is 7. Out of those 7 things, it can go this way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. And it strings out, and it goes into a whole bunch of other little strings. And you know what I'm saying? It just keeps going, and it never stops. Creation never stops. You can keep not, you know, creation, making what you make and doing it how you do it. You know, true creation, none of us can create anything from nothing. We can't do that. We can make something from something already. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to upload the video I just did because the sound quality, the wind's blowing. I was outside. I'm in my car. My car is one of the best places because I have privacy, and I'm not bothering my neighbors, and I'm not, you know, talking, and, you know, people can't hear stuff. So that's why I come into my car. It's a nice place to talk. But this not trying thing, it's not a bad thing. And you might see it like that at first. And I don't know. Maybe it's not for you. I don't ever sit here and tell anybody that this is definitely for you. I know that I know, because I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing but what I'm doing and what I need to do for my life. And that's how it should be with your life. You should know what you're doing and what you want to do, what you like to do. You know, This excites me saying this to other people because I'm letting you know about it. And I would want someone else to do the same for me if I was in a spot where I was, seeking something that I came across that was different from what everyone else is saying nowadays. There's so much of the same thing going on today, and it bores me. It bores me so bad when I see everyone doing things like everybody else, That's why I like people that are genuine. You got to be genuine first, but are different, and there are a couple people that I come across that are like that, but very few. And I don't mean to be discriminatory. I don't mean to have favorites and stuff like that. But we do have favorites, and we do pick and choose stuff. So, but yeah, I kind of ran out of things to say, but expressing yourself and just letting go and stop holding on to things is one of the greatest things for me. I don't know for you, but for me, it's one of the greatest things. And this is something that you yourself, I want you to find. Not like I want you, I need you to find this. It's just I do these videos to give what I have to somebody else. I don't want to be selfish with this thing, even though all of us are selfish, It's the contradictions in life. And I say this all the time. These contradictions, look into contradiction more. Study it, relate to it, because everything contradicts itself in this life. Everything. There's not one thing that doesn't contradict itself. The seasons contradict themselves. Hot and cold, up and down, left and right. I don't know if I said this in the beginning of the video, but people need to be reminded of these things sometimes, because I know I had to be reminded of some things. But be you at all costs. If you're not being you, then you're giving in to what society is doing and what other people want you to do and tell you how you need to be. And do you see how that is just absolutely hindering your life? And I don't want to sound like I'm preaching, because by golly, I do not want to sound like a preacher or like I'm preaching to anybody or giving you a sermon and telling you how to be. But I know that there is a lot of bullshit that goes into today and society and these places you go to, be this for these people and do this for that group of people, and don't be this way for them, but you can be that way for us and this people. It's ridiculous, and I left all of that. I don't want nothing to do with that. If you can't accept me for who I really am, then you can't accept me, and deep down you can't accept yourself. You see, because once you accept you and what you're doing, you can look at other people and go, hey, if that's what you like to do, I'm all for you. But you gotta like you. If you don't like you, then I can't like you. Plain and simple. And I don't understand why people hate other people, and people are just so, I don't know. I don't understand the hate thing, but I understand the you can't relate thing. And if you can't relate, that's okay. Then let's talk about why we can't relate, so maybe we can relate. You see, but this is what, even though all of this is meaningless and pointless, this is what doesn't make sense to me. People say, I can't relate to this, and I don't like this person, I hate this thing. Well, why don't we talk about why we do, and express it and get it out of us so we're not holding on to it? And then we can be relatable. You see, there's the contradiction again. The bitter-sweet contradiction. That's what I call it. Bitter-sweet contradiction. Because what's bitter, the opposite of bitter is sweet. This is kind of like, I'm not boasting or bragging, but this is kind of like poetry. It's kind of like flowetry. Like, just let it flow. Just let it be what it is. Don't hold on to it. Let it go. Let it be. Stop worrying. Do what you do. Go about your day. You see, I'm just talking and saying what's on my mind. I'm not holding back anything. And it's so simple. It's so easy. But yet, people are making it so hard for themselves. And they're bashing their heads with this approval thing and this assuming and expecting things. And it's a complete hindrance in your life. And I hope, there I go saying hope. My keys scared me. They fell here. I say that hope word, but I don't hope. It's, if you do your own research and you look into these things and you study it and you just let it be natural and look into it, there are other ways that you can find some kind of comfort and relief in your life. There isn't only one way. There isn't only the way that other people told you, because anything that I have and I express to people, I found these things out by myself. Nobody told me to do this. I did this because I wanted to find answers, and I wanted to find out things for myself, and I did it naturally. I didn't force myself to do it. Some things in my life I did, but I won't do that no more. I won't force things. If it doesn't come natural and I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. So my video might cut off here. This is a very long video. I didn't think I was talking this long, but I know you got something from it. And, thank you for watching. And like I said, if you're someone that's bitter and you're angry all the time, look into this more. The nihilism and the Taoist way, look into that. I don't know what does it for you, but in the end, it's all meaningless. It doesn't matter. And that's, I think, is the great thing. So later, thanks for watching, y'all.